With us being rank 6 now, we have a number of new trusts that we can unlock now. Just like when we got rank 3, how we were able to get Aomi, Nanamigo, and Corellia. So the first one we're going to get, we can actually get Iron Eater, but first we have to get Volker. I think we might actually have to talk to Lucius in order to get Volker. I think Lucius is over in the embassy, so let's just head over there and we'll have a chat with him and see if that gets us what we're looking for. There'll be some in Windurst and Sandoria that we'll have to go check out as well, too. I'm always down for getting new trusts. I see, adventurer. You have a Bastok trust permit in your possession. As you are surely aware, the Mithril Musketeers have elected to participate in the Trust Initiative on behalf of the Juno Institute of Magical Studies. Oh, there's the man himself. You've come at the perfect time. I, Volker, serve the Mithril Musketeers as its captain. I hereby permit you to engage in the Trust Ritual with me. But first, a word of warning. Ayami and Naji always complain that I am prone to giving boring lectures. My alter ego, naturally, would be cut from the same cloth. Are you still sure you wish to engage in this bonding nevertheless? Yes. You will? That alone proves you feel a strong bond between us. Well, at the very least, I feel a strong bond with you. How could I not after you vanquish the Shadow Lord in Castle Zaval? And of course, you also heard what went on between Wary and me. I can still feel him watching over me to this day. Yes, even though he felt that ascending to the rank of captain was Zaid's right. What's more, afterward you found what lay deep within the recesses of deep despair and hatred. I found myself with nothing but the utmost respect for you. But I suppose you didn't come here to be talked at for hours on end. I've said my piece. It's time for us to commence the ritual. Close your eyes and concentrate. Oh, this is exciting. Always love getting more trusts. Yes, I had faith in you, Mr. Pierso, but this is wonderful. Take pride in your accomplishment today and go forth, not just for the sake of my alter ego, but for Bastok and all Vanadiel. And with that said, Volker's trust was a little damaged and went postal. Many people died. It was the worst tragedy to befall Bastok since the Great War. Okay, so now that we have Volker, let's try talking to Iron Eater again and see if he will finally join us. I might kick him in the dick if he doesn't. Here we go. Oh ho, you have brought along a Bastok trust permit. This can only mean one thing. You wish to try the ritual with me. Yes, dude. We've been wanting to do it with you for a while. Naji and Ayami have been blustering about it for weeks. It's fun. You should try it. Imagine the things someone could do, essentially walking around with your identity. Carbon copy. Volker, for his part, has remained largely silent, but his gaze weighs heavy on my shoulders. I cannot help but think, is there a need for every Mithril Musketeer, down to a man, to participate? And what if it proves more sinister than it seems at first glance? It could bring down our entire group. Wow, you are brimming with common sense. Therefore, as the second in command, I felt it was my duty to refrain. But now, with the others on my case, it is time for me to search for an appropriate partner. I could do it. You suggest that I try it with one of those three? Have you not heard a single word I have said? I am completely fed up with them. It would be 100-fold less painful if it were with someone like you. So shall we try this? Excellent. Now how should we proceed? Obviously there must be a bit of trust involved. I suppose friendship would not hurt either. Let's go out for beers, buddy. Trust. With that out of the way, I suppose the time is nigh. Allow me to lend you my services so that we may shelter the meek from the ills of this world. That is my wish as well, Mr. Pierso. I know Vanadiel is safe in your capable hands. Finally got Iron Eater. About friggin' time. So I think our next stop will be Sandoria. We've got one that we can get there for getting rank 6. So the trust we'll be getting at this point, Marin's told me that this trust is an excellent tank to have. We're going to be getting Prince Trion himself, the one who presented us with our AF body piece. Who goes there? Ah, Mr. Pierso. I did not expect your presence this day. You need not say more. A Sandoria trust permit has found its way into your possession, has it not? The natural conclusion, then, is that you desire that my alter ego accompany you into battle. I must admit the idea is not without merit. My responsibilities here at the chateau have kept me over long from the front lines. How I long to remind Sandoria's enemies to fear the name Trion de Origil. Yet both needs may be served. While I tend to my duties here, my alter ego may mete out justice abroad. What say you? Will you have me as a companion in your crusades? Let the Lion of Sandoria roar. Ha ha ha. The Dragon King himself could not have said it better. Still, I would have you know I did not join this trust initiative merely in the pursuit of personal glory. I am a son of the House de Origil, and ever have the interests of Sandoria and her citizens been foremost in my mind. But why should others throughout the rest of the world remain unguided? No, I must work to ensure that those of all upbringings are free from tyranny. Alas, attending affairs abroad means neglecting affairs of state, or so I thought. The Institute's announcement has granted me a means to be in multiple places at once. However, there are those of my house who have balked at the suggestion. Though it was by the hands of adventurers that the Shadow Lord met his demise, it would be unseemly for one of royal lineage to be seen under the employ of one who spends weeks on end defecating in the woods. Hey man, we sometimes defecate in mountains too. Thus, I have one stipulation to which you must assent before we proceed further. You are never to forget that when we fight together, the dawning sun gleaming before us, I am the one who is in command. That should silence those in opposition. If that fails to sway them, I shall detail the time when you lent the knights your aid in their quest to hunt down a traitor, selling information to the orcs. That Vilbert would prey on a man whose mother was infirm, a swift death was too kind an end for him. This trust magic, is it true that it is based upon the bonds that tie us? If so, is it these kinds of emotions that make it stronger? I've been led to believe so. But enough reminiscing. Though our discussion has been a fruitful one, my country calls for me to serve. Let us engage in this ritual quickly, and pray for success. Oh, you and your ego and honor. How Sandorian of you. Allow me to congratulate us both on our efforts. What is impossible for one becomes merely a trifle for two. My alter ego will gladly accompany you in combat. Just never forget who is the boss. There's also a trust of Shantoto that we can get as well, too. I know we already have 2 Shantoto trusts, so I'm not sure if this is like a third version of Shantoto. In order to get that one, though, there's a quest that we have to have completed, so we can always look into doing that later. I believe a Puru is going to be right over here. There you are. Why, hello there. A Windurst trust permit. Ah, you must be talking about that new magic wagic. My big brother is participating in the initiative, too. I never would have expected my alter ego to be so... Dear brother, I was so worried with how you ran off like that. What else could I do? Dr. Shantoto brought down her wrath on my alter ego. But you're so amazing, Wazing. I never would have pictured the two of you would be so close. Close? Have you completely lost your mind? She wasn't the one who undertook the bonding. Oh, you're in Tarud and Trust, then. Tripping over this Taru speak. I see your permit is in order. Maybe you and I can get to the bottom of this whole debacle. Are you sure the bonds between us are strong long enough to see this through? Probably not. But I'm feeling lucky. Pretty sure of yourself, I see. I suspect, Taru, this might work after all. I think there are some sparky works of friendship between you and Mr. Pierso. Huh? I saw the smile while on your face. You were enjoying yourself. Enjoying? Don't make me laugh. Ugh, I can't believe I got roped into this. Fine, let's get this over with, and if it fails, you can go home crying. You little bitch. All the Cardians are just like, ooh. Why? Why did it work? This magic is completely maddening. Thank you for believing in him, and make sure to come visit Taru again. So I'm not in a huge rush to get the Shantoto one. I mean, we already have like 2 versions of Shantoto. But yeah, now we got Ajido-Marujido. So Ajido-Marujido is a black mage slash red mage, focuses more on like offensive casting. I don't believe he casts a refresh or anything like Koromoro does. And then Volker is a warrior and Trion is a paladin. And Iron Eater, I believe, is also a warrior. I'm actually just going to check on that super quick. Yeah, he's a warrior, uses a great axe. Well, I believe we've collected all the trust that we can at this point. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to Norg. We've been instructed to follow up with Gilgamesh. This will be both for the start of the first expansion, Rise of the Zilart. Defeating the Shadow Lord has given us the capabilities to now do Zilart content, which is going to be completely new territory for me, by the way. I've been to some Zilart areas, but I've never done any of the story. Would love to hear your comments and feedback, but just go easy on the spoilers, of course, because this is new for me. And following up with Gilgamesh will also get us going on the rest of the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel content as well, too. So we're going to be hitting 2 birds with 1 stone here. I feel like it's been a long-ass time since we came to Norg. Oh. Are we being welcomed? Or possibly mugged? Hold it right there, buddy. This ain't no cafe. What business do you have here? You finally made it, Mr. Pierso. Lion. You don't have to worry about Mr. Pierso. He's okay. Anyway, I thought you guys welcomed adventurers. Understood. Well, for starters, I should welcome you to Norg. However, as much as I'd like to sit down and talk about old times over a bottle of 813 Rolandberry, we must first face our new problem with Camlanot. You mean you don't remember what happened at Castle Zaval? Mr. Pierso, are you... Right, Mr. Pierso? Uh-oh. I think I hit the 813 Rolandberry a little hard before I came here. It all began with a stone, or so the legend says. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its many-colored light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. Bathed in that light, the world entered an age of bliss until, after a time, the gods fell into slumber. That world was called Vana'diel. The legend goes on to say, from the darkest depths of the earth, the warriors of the crystal rose. Do you remember? Yes, I do now. Raugrim, it is good to have you back. How has all this come to be? As you know, I was the Tailkeeper of the Galka, the keeper of our race's memories. But there was so much pain, so much anger, I let myself become trapped in a dark abyss of swirling rage and madness. Raugrim. People are capable of kindness beyond angels, yet we also commit sins that would put a demon to shame. We all stand precariously on the edge between darkness and light, and when we fall, we are greeted by only madness and chaos. And so I have fallen. What the fuck? Quite an interesting show you put on. I don't know. Could have used a little more excitement. The Galka can never do anything right. The Archduke of Juno, and what are you two doing here? Well, I always knew there was something sketchy about you two. We come to reap the seeds that we have sown. You've performed your duty well, as ignorant as you are. I can see that we still have a little more cleaning up to do, but that won't be a problem. What are you going on about? Give us some answers. Listen carefully, you sorry excuses for sentient beings. The crystal line will soon be revived, and the gate of the gods will open. That is when the true Vana'diel of legend will be reborn. Eternal paradise, the land of the gods. The dream we Zilart have held on to for 10,000 years is about to become a reality. Zilart? You can't be. That civilization perished thousands of years ago. The great bane will devour the fair land of Vana'diel. You know, I thought it was weird when we saw that cutscene before the Shadow Lord, how things just suddenly jumped to us running out and him dying or whatever. So it's nice they're kind of filling in the gaps for us. The great bane will devour the fair land of Vana'diel. The ancient seal will be broken, awakening nightmares of ages past. The blood of innocence will soak the earth, and the world will fall into fear and despair. Ha! Galka, Humes, Beastmen. No life on this planet has any purpose or meaning. Like I told you before, we will not be handing over Vana'diel to anyone. This is our world. Yes, I am no longer sensing the impurities that were blocking the power that lies deep within Vana'diel. The noise is gone. Simply defeating him 20 years ago did not silence the noise. We ran into a snag. We were unable to release him from the crystal with our power alone. However, with the Tailkeeper, we had what we needed, but there is no need to go into the details of that here. You'll have to play the expansion to find out more. Wait, I can hear them. I can hear the 5 life forces. I can hear them approaching, minions of the crystal. But as one bright star shines through the clouds at night, and as one song rings clear above the roar of beasts, we hold to one hope in these darkest of times. This world is nothing but a grave, and you are the maggots that squirm through the rotting corpse. It is time we put an end to Vana'diel as it is now. Hear us. We sing the song of hope, and your requiem. That they will come with the wisdom of ages and the strength of thousands to deliver us from our plight. We await the awakening of the warriors of the crystal. Come forth, warriors of the crystal, and cleanse this world of the filth that plagues it. Well, I guess they're not leaving it to the imagination who our next antagonist is going to be. Well, there's potentially 7 of them and 3 of us. How you guys feeling about our chances? Oh my. Well, you look like a friendly bunch. Warriors of the Crystal. Ugh. It's okay, I think you made a scratch in that, Zaid. Maybe. Probably not. Good hustle, buddy. Farewell, lowly vermin. Your time is up. This is the beginning of the end. Finish them, warriors of the crystal. Zaid, are you alright? Don't underestimate them. Their power is immeasurable. Hey, no. Oh, shit. No, Mr. Pierso. Don't worry, guys. I just need a little breather. Stop. You'd have to be crazy to stay any longer. We've got to get out of here. Lion. Bruh. Wow. Oh, no, you don't. Raugrim. I can still draw energy from this land. If I can concentrate it for one last time, I may be able to slow them down. Raugrim. There is no salvation for me. The Raugrim who you once knew is gone forever. I expect no forgiveness for what I have done, but don't let them have Vanadiel. Now go! Come on, this way. Hurry. Wow. One does not need to be a prophet to foresee the outcome of this battle. However, I do not fear death. What a noble sacrifice. He can't be in the best of shape after we beat the crap out of him, too. My true self died 30 years ago. All that remains is an empty shell. Cornelia, finally we may meet again. Wow. Hey, Mr. Pierso, are you alright? You mean you had forgotten what had happened at Castle Zaval? Yeah, more or less. You must have lost your memory from the overwhelming shock of the whole experience. But by the looks of you, everything else seems to be working. See that staircase over there? When you're feeling a little better, walk up those stairs and come to the room at the end of the hallway. Yeah, this is probably where the Zilart content is not. Knowing that we've been here before for Rhapsodies of Vanadiel, since that came out way after Zilart. There's someone I'd like you to meet. I'll go there first and tell him that you're coming. See you again. Wow, that was an awesome cutscene. I'm really glad that after everything the Shadow Lord did, I'm really glad that Raugrim actually got like a redemption ending. I mean, even though it means the end of him, which I'm sure we all saw that coming. I'm glad that in the end he had that final moment of redemption before going. That's a beautiful way to wrap up his story. Glad I finally got to see it after all these years, and there's still so much more for us to see.